In a shadowy world of global conflicts, where the lines between national interests and private ambitions blur, there exists an entity that has consistently drawn attention and controversy: the Wagner Group. A private military company, or some might say, a modern-day band of mercenaries, operating in the world's most volatile regions. But what happens when such a group, rumored to be disbanded, makes a surprising return? This is not just the story of a private military company. It's a saga that intertwines with the geopolitical ambitions of nations, the quest for control over resources, and the unending struggle for power. Founded under a veil of secrecy, the Wagner Group has been at the forefront of Russia's push to extend its influence far beyond its borders, leaving a trail of controversies and conflict in its wake. In today's episode, we dive deep into the resurgence of the Wagner Group. Why now? What's changed? And most importantly, what does their return signify for the geopolitical chessboard, especially in regions like Africa, where their shadow looms large? Join us as we unravel the mystery, explore the implications, and understand the complex web of interests surrounding the return of the Wagner Group. Your insights into the world of private military operations and international diplomacy are about to expand. Welcome to the Geolin channel. This episode promises to clarify, engage, and perhaps even provoke. This is not just a story. It's an exploration into the depths of power, politics, and private armies in our modern world. Unveiling the Wagner Group's legacy. The Wagner Group's origins trace back to a blend of ambition and opportunity in the aftermath of the global financial crisis, a time when the world's attention was elsewhere. Formed by Yevgeny Prigozhin, a figure with close ties to the Kremlin, this private military company quickly became synonymous with Russia's new method of exerting influence abroad, without the direct involvement of its official armed forces. Operating in the gray zones of international law, the Wagner Group's first known deployment was in Ukraine, where they played a crucial role in the annexation of Crimea and the conflict in the Donbas region. Their presence was shadowy, their actions deniable, yet the impact was undeniable, reshaping the conflict and setting a precedent for their future involvement in global hotspots. As the group expanded its operations, Syria became the next stage for its activities. Officially there to support the Assad regime against various opposition forces, the Wagner Group's involvement brought them into direct conflict not only with local actors but also with international forces, including the United States. The expansion into Africa marked a significant shift in the Wagner Group's operations. Here, they were not just fighters but also advisors, trainers, and security providers for regimes in exchange for mining rights and economic concessions. Countries like the Central African Republic, Sudan, and Libya became chess pieces in a larger game of resource control and geopolitical influence. The sudden death of Yevgeny Prigozhin in a plane crash in 2023 left the future of the Wagner Group uncertain. Rumors of disbandment and fragmentation followed, raising questions about the fate of their operations across the globe. Yet the recent resurgence of the group under a new structure hints at a strategic recalibration, reflecting not only the changing dynamics of global conflict, but also the evolving ambitions of those who wield power from the shadows. In understanding the background and context of the Wagner Group, we uncover a narrative that goes beyond mere military operations. It's a story of power, politics, and the pursuit of influence in the 21st century, played out on the world stage by actors who operate in the shadows, yet impact the light of global events in profound ways. The Wagner Group's strategic resurgence. The resurgence of the Wagner Group is not just a return. It's a strategic recalibration, a phoenix rising from the ashes of geopolitical shifts and internal restructuring. As whispers of their disbandment circulated behind the scenes, a new chapter was being written for this private military company, one that would see them emerge not diminished but differently focused, potentially more formidable. The restructured Wagner Group now operates with a blend of old tactics and new strategies. While the exact details of their operations remain shrouded in secrecy, it's clear that their focus has broadened. Africa, with its vast resources and ongoing conflicts, remains a primary theater of operations, but their methods and objectives appear to have evolved. The group is now more deeply integrated with state objectives, aligning more closely with Russian geopolitical ambitions than ever before. This alignment is evident in the strategic partnerships and agreements being forged between the Russian state and African nations. The Wagner Group's role in these partnerships is multifaceted, encompassing not only military training and security provision, but also political advising and economic ventures. Their presence in countries like the Central African Republic and Libya is now part of a larger Russian strategy to cement influence in regions critical for resources, political leverage, and strategic positioning. The question of why the Wagner Group has returned and why now can be partially answered by the global context. In a world increasingly fragmented, where state and non-state actors vie for influence in unstable regions, the Wagner Group offers Russia a means of exerting soft and hard power simultaneously. Their return signifies a recognition of the utility of such groups in achieving national objectives without the direct involvement of state military forces, offering plausible deniability and flexibility in foreign policy. Yet this return is not without its challenges. The international community has taken note of increased scrutiny and calls for accountability. The Wagner Group's operations, while effective, have often been criticized for their lack of transparency and adherence to international norms and laws. As they step back into the spotlight, the balancing act between achieving objectives and navigating international backlash will be a critical challenge. The Wagner Group's resurgence is a testament to the changing nature of warfare and geopolitics in the 21st century. It underscores the increasing role of private military companies in state strategy and the complexities of international law and norms in governing their actions. As we delve deeper into their return, we explore not just the tactics and operations of a private military company, but the broader implications for global security, sovereignty, and the rules of engagement in a rapidly evolving world. Ethical quandaries and global outcry. As the Wagner Group reasserts itself on the global stage, it navigates a minefield of challenges and controversies that not only question its methods, but also the very fabric of international norms and ethics. The group's resurgence brings to the forefront the delicate balance between national security interests and the adherence to international humanitarian laws, a balance that has often been criticized for tipping unfavorably. First among these challenges is the ethical quandary of employing private military forces in conflict zones. The Wagner Group's operations, characterized by a lack of transparency and accountability, raise significant concerns. Incidents of alleged human rights abuses and violations of international law in conflict areas have drawn sharp criticism from the international community, human rights organizations, and even the United Nations. These accusations highlight the dark side of private military operations, where the pursuit of objectives sometimes overshadows the respect for human dignity and rights. Moreover, the very nature of the Wagner Group's relationship with the Russian state presents a controversy. The blurred lines between state and non-state actions complicate diplomatic relations and international law. This ambiguity serves strategic purposes, allowing for deniability and flexibility, but it also muddies the waters of international accountability. The use of such groups in foreign policy strategies challenges the established norms of state conduct in international affairs, prompting a reevaluation of how global governance addresses the rise of non-traditional actors. Internally, the Wagner Group faces the challenge of maintaining cohesion and discipline within its ranks, especially in the wake of restructuring and the death of its charismatic leader. The integration of new strategies and objectives, alongside the retention of veteran operatives accustomed to the group's previous modus operandi, could strain internal dynamics. This internal pressure is compounded by the external scrutiny and operational security risks posed by increased attention on their activities. On the global stage, the Wagner Group's actions have prompted a reinvigoration of debates on the regulation of private military companies. The lack of a comprehensive international framework to regulate their activities, ensure accountability, and protect human rights in conflict zones stands as a significant gap in the international legal system. The Wagner Group's return accentuates the urgency of addressing these legal and ethical vacuums, challenging the international community to confront the complexities of modern warfare and conflict resolution. The controversies surrounding the Wagner Group are emblematic of broader challenges facing the world today. They encapsulate the tension between power and principle, between sovereignty and the global commons. As we delve into these challenges and controversies, we are compelled to reflect on the future of international relations, the rule of law, and the ethical compass guiding our collective journey in the 21st century. Beyond the shadows, the quest for truth in an era of silence. As we reach the end of our exploration into the resurgence of the Wagner Group and its multifaceted implications, we stand at the crossroads of understanding and action. The journey through the shadowy operations of this private military company has unveiled not just the intricacies of its workings, but also the broader challenges it poses to international norms, ethics, and governance. The return of the Wagner Group serves as a stark reminder of the evolving nature of global conflicts and the increasing role of non-state actors. It challenges us to reconsider the frameworks of international law and the mechanisms of accountability we rely on to safeguard human rights and maintain global order. In this rapidly changing landscape, the pursuit of truth becomes even more critical, as does the need for platforms that dare to shed light on stories often left in the shadows. This is where Geolin steps in. As a channel committed to delivering exclusive content that seeks the truth beyond the mainstream media's narrative, Geolin occupies a unique space in the digital realm. In a world where these narratives are often suppressed, the importance of independent platforms like Geolin cannot be overstated. Our mission to uncover and share the truth is driven by a passion for transparency and a belief in the power of informed communities. However, this mission is not without its challenges. In a landscape where speaking truth to power can lead to suppression, Geolin chooses to remain anonymous, not out of fear, but out of a strategic commitment to ensure that the message, and not the messenger, remains the focus. This anonymity allows us to navigate the complexities of global reporting, ensuring that the stories that need to be told are heard without compromise. Every share, every like, and every subscription is more than just a number. It's a beacon of support that helps us grow and improve. It's a testament to the collective desire for a world where information is free and the truth is not a commodity, but a shared treasure. As Geolin continues to evolve, your support is crucial in helping us bring light to the stories that matter, offering perspectives that challenge the status quo and contribute to a more informed, engaged, and empowered global community. In closing, the story of the Wagner Group is more than a tale of mercenaries and military operations. It's a narrative that touches on the very heart of our globalized world, the quest for power, the struggle for resources, and the enduring spirit of humanity caught in the balance. As we continue to seek out and share the truth, let us remember the importance of vigilance, the value of independent reporting, and the power of community in shaping a world where transparency and justice prevail. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Together, as we forge ahead, let's continue to question, to learn, and to share. For in the quest for truth, every voice matters and every action counts. This is Geoland, where the search for truth knows no bounds. Stay curious, stay engaged, and until next time, keep seeking the truth.